Hello and welcome back to Sprite Guard Plays Race the Sun. We're going to continue trying to get objectives while commentating live and see how well I can survive here. To begin with, we're just going to try and get a sense for the shape of the course, see what we can find, see what observations we can make, and then we will see about getting some of the objectives later on. Alright, there's a jump token and an energy token. That's a pretty good combination. I'm not sure how close to straight we're going at this point. Ooh, a tunnel. So this is a good opportunity to try and get through the tunnel without taking a hit, which we managed to do, which I'm pretty proud of. I am not able to do that very often. I'm not sure I've ever done that before. But gradually, practice is going to really get me better, especially since we have so many things that keep coming back, so many patterns that we keep seeing. So off to the left there was an energy. That would have been good to get. We can grab that jump token and jump in the air. I believe we might have a jump achievement coming up. So regardless, there's no harm in jumping there, since we did immediately get our jump token back. Getting very used to that, those rolling cubes. I'm not running into them anywhere near as much as I used to. For a long time, it kind of felt like I had no way of getting through them. So that's a good improvement. We missed a world key there, a portal. And that was not very well done. So we're actually way behind, and that bird not dropping an energy is pretty bad for us. We're probably going to end pretty soon right here. Yeah, the sun is down. There's no energy tokens in sight. So it looks like resource management could be a really big part of this today's world. So travel a distance of 45,000 in the air. That's the jump thing that I was thinking that we had. And so I'm gonna try again to go down this middle route, see if we can get some of those jump tokens, and also see if we can see some energy tokens. Maybe we need to deviate from the course a little bit. Now, I'm not seeing the two rows with the spheres. There's one right there. There's our energy, very good. And there's another one, so we'll grab that. And we can jump along the top of this thing, and that's given us yet another jump token. So that was a pretty good decision, I think. That went really well. Really starting to feel like I'm getting a hang of at least World 1. Feeling like I understand a lot of the generators, a lot of the objects that form. And so now kind of almost a sort of a point pressing thing is going to come into play, of being able now to play a little more strategically and plan my route out based on what sorts of things I need to see. So we're getting a lot of distance in the air, still not seeing those energies that I really want to see, and are really going to be the limiting factor, though that was a little bit of a bad decision. So it looks like it's going to take us a long time to get that 45,000 in the air, but gradually we will get that. So we're going to continue trying to get those 3 regions with no collisions. And we're going to be wanting to look for things like this. There's an energy. These are free jumps for us. Lots of extra time. Wanted that energy, didn't get it. Saw it a little bit too late. That's going to be an issue. Is the kind of the pop-in. I was watching a review of this by Total Biscuit, and he mentioned the pop-in, and that's something that had always kind of been lingering at the back of my mind, but never quite articulated, is that you can't quite see as far ahead as I would like. I don't know how much of a difference it would make if you could see farther ahead. Now these tunnels, I learned, are pretty bad because you do slow down in the shade. Or that's my understanding. There we go, so things are going pretty well. The sun is relatively high, so it looks like this left path is actually something we really want to take, especially since we can get that world portal. Point 2 hexagon by Spookster. And I think I even noticed that you might get a sun reset when you go through these. So we're going to get our multiplier up. And I believe we're going to get a little bit extra sun. I'm not completely sure of that, but I feel like I went through one where I was, the sun was very low, and then I went into a portal world. I don't remember. I might have been watching somebody else, but I kind of remember somebody going through a portal world and getting their sun time reset, which is very good if that's the case. And even if it's not, we are getting a lot of energies. This is a very tricky portal world, but we've made it through. And the bird, once again, gave us a jump rather than a... oh, we missed that portal. That's too bad. That would have really helped us out. Let's see if we can get through World 3 without any collisions. The sun is quite high, so I'm feeling good about this. And I definitely feel like I am capable of getting through World 3. I'm not as confident with it as I am with some of the other worlds. That was very close. But we're getting lots of energy ups, we're getting lots of jumps. That was probably a waste of that jump. But there's another energy for us. So we're staying well ahead of the sun. There we go, there's 3 regions. And I don't think we collided with anything. We've got a 17 multiplier, which is quite high, especially quite high for World 3. So here's, oh dear, Region 4 is already gonna mess with us and slow us way down. Here's another life has meaning. And we did have an energy up there we could have grabbed, but not quite. So we made a lot of progress on that objective. We didn't clear 3 regions with no collisions. I really thought we had, but we must have bumped something at some point. So we'll just have to give that another shot. I actually should have gone to the left there. We had a much better kind of string of power-ups off to the left. There's also some kind of jumps into inaccessible areas that we're missing out on. Actually, oh, I missed an energy over there. Went a little too far to the left. But we can get our airtime. Lots and lots of airtime this way. And let's see, another jump over there. So yeah, let's just try and get that distance in air. Since we seem to have a lot of opportunities here, and it looks like we're not going to be able to do a very long run. And we'll see if this bird drops another jump. Dropped energy that time, so we'll go a little further, but we won't jump quite as much. We won't go as far in the air as I was hoping. But maybe... Okay, so there's another jump. And of course that ramp is going to give us a little... Oh dear, that was a mistake. I went a little too far to the left. So we're very, very close to that air travel, getting that objective. So let's go to the left here, grab that, get that energy. That's a very good start. And then we could go off to the side there. I want to actually get this one. There we go. That'll get us a multiplier bonus. And then we can go through this. Nice and easy. Really getting used to the inputs on a lot of these formations. Do want to... Oh, should have grabbed that energy instead. Whoops. And that makes that kind of a moot point. So there we go. There's our air. Now we need to clear one region without collecting any tries. That should be pretty easy. And still need the 3 regions with no collision. So let's see if we can get both of those. And so we're going to want to go off to the left here where we have a little more energy. We missed that jump, but we don't really care. We mostly just want these energies. Avoid those tries. That's going to kind of be battling my instincts a little bit. I'm so used to trying to collect those. And so we're going to have to avoid some of those routes that almost force us to collect tries. Avoid a lot of these ramps. And hope that I didn't make any mistakes, pick any up without even noticing it. That's usually a really good formation to grab, but it forces us to get tries. So let's see. We'll have to see if that worked out. Oh dear, we're going to have to avoid these as well, but we really want whatever this guy is going to drop. There we go. So hopefully that worked. And I'm not gonna try and get like a safety thing of trying to pick it up now. Let's see what's over here. Not anywhere near as much. So that's disappointing. You know, we can see what kinds of things are over this way, what's over this way. Oh dear. Not quite. But there we go. So we got that. Now we need 150,000 points. Once again, I think well within reach, and that is cumulative. So we'll continue to try and get that 3 regions in one round, but not worry about it too much if we don't get it. So we're going to take that. And actually, we should have gone down the middle, gone for that energy, because we're going to need as much energy as we can get. Grab that jump. Because we are really, that's the limiting factor is, you know, how are we going to survive for 3 rounds? It's, you know, it's kind of looking difficult to do so, even without colliding with anything. But hopefully the bird will drop an energy. I know there's a chance of it dropping a jump instead, but there we go. That was an energy. That's good. And there's another one. So we're getting the stuff we want. And we're going to go into 0.2 hexagon again, which is pretty dangerous. It's a pretty difficult one. And so I'm a little bit worried about being able to get that no collisions here. That might have been a mistake. We might have actually had a better chance in Region 2, just finishing out Region 2. But we're just going to go through this, try and get that multiplier up, try and get that 150,000 score, which we're very close to. There we go. So that's that one taken care of. All in one round, even though it was a cumulative one. And I believe our personal best for the day is actually quite high already. We do have that ×3 starting multiplier now, which is something that we did not have before, so we're more able to score points. And there we go with a 14 multiplier already. And all the way up to 16 there, another energy. So let's see if we can clear Region 3 without any collisions. And we are going to be probably not worrying about energy, simply because, oh dear, we can clear Region 3 without getting much more energy. That's disappointing. That's really disappointing. But we got the 150,000. And now we just need 225 tries cumulative. That could take us a very long time, but with the portal world, I think that's well within reach, and of course we're going to continue trying to get that 3 worlds with no collisions. I actually don't like where I started there, so we're going to reset. Because I do think that going off to the left here, as early as possible, is the best choice. We're going to grab that, and then we're going to look for that energy. There it is. And that's got me very happy. We don't need airtime anymore, so that's fine. We're just going to focus on picking up tries and avoiding any collisions, which is, of course, good practice regardless of whether or not you're going for an objective. Some of the objectives encourage kind of bad play, and some of them just encourage really kind of careful, solid play. And, you know, one of the reasons that this game, you know, I've talked about a few reasons why this game isn't that satisfying as a, let's see, there's our portal, very good. Why it's not that satisfying as a high score game, and one of it is that it's a pure survival game. It's just about getting as far as you can. And so it doesn't encourage risky plays all that much. Now, we do have a jump in our pocket, so we should try and remember that, because that could end up saving us. The dropping objects in this are going to make it really difficult to react to things. It's kind of making the pop-in effect even worse, because we can't even see the stuff that's fading in the distance. But we're getting lots of tries here. I think even more than we had before. And so that's going to get us much closer to our goal, and that is a cumulative goal, so we don't have to worry about getting it all in this run. That was disappointing that we didn't manage to get that perfect. But there's always going to be mistakes, you know, that's not something that you can really avoid ever making. So here we are in World 3, just trying to avoid things. We missed that jump token. I was trying to jump through that jump token, but now we've got a little bit of trouble coming up here. These clouds are making things difficult for us. And those windmills, it's like I always am not sure whether or not I'm going to get through them. Missed that jump token, which is very disappointing. And there's one. Alright, I think we've gotten the objective. I think we've cleared those 3 regions. We're certainly going to try to get through World 4 without any collisions, but Region 4... extremely difficult, and there's a lot of patterns I don't know how to deal with. We're going to avoid that one entirely, but then we collided with something else, but we nicked instead of dying, so that's alright. Didn't want to use the portal there, just wanted to collect that energy. So now we've missed that, so now we're on even more of a tight timer. We really need to find some energy, but, you know, I'm so unsure. And there we go. So that's the end of that. But we got that, and so we have leveled up. Attachment slot 2. You may now equip up to 2 attachments on your ship. This will make things more interesting for us. And there we go. So we've made progress on that. Collide with 4 objects in 1 round. That will be tricky, but totally doable. And we're making good progress on 225 tries. So we're going to configure the ship and equip the jump storage. And that will give us a lot more opportunity for jumps. And it'll mean that we don't have to worry so much about using our jumps. And so that's where I'm going to leave it off. In the next episode, we'll be trying to get to level 14. And until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.